CSS battle time, and we have squares. Okay. I have an idea. I don't know if it's a good idea, but I have an idea. No, that won't work. I'll put it in the description. Oh no, come on. Okay, there we go. I'll put in the description how I do. So, I mean, I was thinking, oh, a conic gradient, make the checkerboard pattern. And I do think it'll work here, but I'd want it to work everywhere. So those are inverted. So this would be like one little square, and this would be one little square with that same background with the conic gradient. But this wouldn't be able to be that conic gradient, I don't think. Because, yeah, it would need to be like a repeating conic gradient, or, yeah, probably need to be a repeating conic gradient, and that just wouldn't work here. The other option is doing all box shadows, but I think that's going to get too crazy, because what it would be is I do this square would be the HTML element, right? Big box shadow of blue, and then we do a white box and then a blue square, two blue squares encroaching on it. So that's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 box shadows to do all of that. Still not awful, but not great. I kind of like that concept of of sorry, I got distracted. I like the concept of the box shadows just masking like just a white square somehow, but I don't think that's the way to go. Okay, I have a new idea, and it's to use this conic gradient, but I was thinking, oh, I can't use this conic gradient and then do it here. But if I did no repeat on this, no, that won't work. Okay, other idea is to do the conic gradient, but do the positioning so that this one's all white, and then take that positioning off so that this one is good. And this would still need a no repeat. Unless I size it. Let's see. No sizing, it won't work. I'd need a no repeat. And sizing. Okay. Man. I'm trying to think of all the caveats that a conic gradient would require on this. Like, doing these with a conic gradient is easy enough. But I really want to write just one background. But doing just a single small square in the middle of a field of blue with a conic gradient has a lot of extras you have to put onto it. Okay. To do 25%. And then all blue, I could do that, and then I size it vertically. Horizontally. All right. I'm trying to decide if I even want to explore the conic gradient path, because there's going to be a lot of back and forth. So it's 25%, then 50%, and then I can have it repeat, or not 50%, 25%, then the rest be blue. This is how I'd have to write it. And then I need to size it. Yeah, this would need a box shadow anyways, I think, to get it to be like this. Writing two backgrounds would make it very easy, but I think writing one background would be the winning move. Alright, either I need to do it or not do it. Let's chase a conic gradient background. How do I even want to start this, though? Let's you know what? Let's start it this way. Let's get the blue out here. Let's just throw that out there. Oh, that's not how you start it, because I'm gonna have to completely change things anyways. Let's start with our let's do a conic gradient, and let's do our white 25%, and then we'll do blue 0. All right, background, I did that right. I did the conic gradient right. I did that. I didn't get the second color. That is what happened. Okay, so we have that. So now, let's say we select our body. And actually what I'm going to do here, 2 pixels solid, is I'm going to duplicate that gradient on the body for the time being. That's how I'm going to put this together. Nope, that's not how we duplicate the gradient. Let's go conic gradient U, and then we can size and shape everything how we need to. Margin is going to be, you know, like 10 on the top. What are we doing? Like 80%. Let's see. Let's start with percent here, and then the bottom is going to be like 70%. That's too much. 60%. Still too much, but let's just work on it. And then 10. Okay. Let's look at this. 75. Ooh, 75 works. All right. And then 50. I mean, that seems pretty good. I don't know why it's... Yeah, I want it to just be outside that little yellow, white line there. All right, so now we have our box sized properly. I don't know if I'm really saving anything with the 50. Yeah, I probably am. Because that would be 3 characters anyways, and then a space. And this would also be 3 characters and a space. So that's that is savings right there. Okay, let's do an at rule. 50 pixels. Okay, 40. All right. Sorry. 35, 38, 39. It's not 40, right? It is 40. 40 by 40. Okay. Let's see what happens when we now size it vertically. We're going to do 0, 0. And then whatever 100% is, and then 40 pixels. Okay, what did I do? All right, is that my vertical? 20, 30, 40. Okay, it's not going to alternate unless I do the repeating conic gradient. All right, so let's throw in our 0 plus and our 0 50%. And then do repeating, which is more. I'm starting to like the idea of still not working. Let's turn this off. There we go. I don't think we actually need those now. Yeah, okay, repeating conic gradient. That's good. Because then I don't need a size and shape on this. The box just works. Let's take our outline off. We like this now. Let's look at it again, make sure my sizing is right. My sizing is right. So I could do a second element, put it there. I think if on the HTML, we could do this background if we did added a no repeat maybe, but then I'd need a variable. Let's see. Let's see if I margin this down, 100. Okay, so we get a bunch of like repeating things because now our conic gradient has been, watch, we turn on no repeat, well, it'll look different. No repeat. There we go. So that's why we're getting that grid, because of how we shrink things down and the way it's just repeating. It's repeating on this side too, we just don't see the white portion of it. All right, so I do need some sort of box shadow in order to, and a no repeat if I'm going to use this conic gradient on everything. Or hear me out. Instead of doing all that, I changed this to 100%. Just change that to 100%. Or, yeah, because I can't do like a font-based value in a conic gradient. If I just change that to 100% in this here, and then use a variable to change it to 25%, it will have an all-white conic gradient. So, I mean, I guess the variable is kind of nice, but it's actually less to just write another background. Because it's 9 characters, and then I'd need the hex. So it is a little bit less. All right, let's do that setup. Let's get this out of the way. I'm gonna still need a box shadow though in order to shrink it all down. But if I do the box shadow the right size, oh no, I'd have to take it off this because it'll overlap this. I was thinking, oh, if I just do just enough of a box shadow. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I think actually what I will do is set this to 0 in the HTML so that it's all blue, and then I will box shadow this square down to here because I do think it is a square. Is it a square? Let's close that off. It's not a square right now. Oh, the background is bubbling up. That's why we're having a problem there. My brain's not braining right now. I'm overthinking this, and I think it's going to cause problems. All right. Let's go simple. You know what, Jason Martin? He's got some good solutions. And starting out simple is one of those things that he does right every time. You know, let's just get what we need. All right, there we go. Five by 150, 70, 80, 75. Okay. So we have that now, but now the body is, the margins are all out of whack. So that painstaking percentage stuff is there. Okay. So let's say 120, 15. And it's right, so we're gonna have to go like 200. Bottom like 300. Now we're just expanding things down. Yeah, okay. So, crumb. So if we shrink, so that's why using just a background and no box shadow would be the way to go. Because once I margin things down on the HTML, moving the body up out of it off to the side is painful. And then you moving another paragraph down off to the side is doubly painful, unless we're using position fixed on everything. But then it's like I'm not even saving characters at that point. So, can I do a single background of a conic gradient for the HTML and get this one white square? I think I have to size it. Yeah, and I want to do something without any box shadows. Okay, all right. I think this is what I originally had thought of. All right, so our HTML is now just blue. Our background, oh, let's take it back to when I had my margins right. There we go. Let's take this off and make the HTML just nice and blue, right? And hopefully none of y'all make my mistakes and you actually come up with something more clever than this. All right, it's blue. This is going to get its box shadow. We are going to go 100 pixels by 100 pixels. 0 and -20. I mean, that's about 95, 20, 30, 45. That's pretty good. Make it white. Okay. I can live with that as a solution, and then hopefully when we put in the paragraph tag and flip it, they'll be, you know, equidistant, so their box shadows line up and we don't have to like take a box shadow out, you know? Know what I'm saying? That's what I'm hoping for. All right. Oh, shoot. I'm at time. I'm just gonna get this on the screen. I want to just move it off. Oh wait. Let's go this way. Margin 0. Okay, good. And then translate. There we go. 100 pixels by 100 pixels. Where'd it go? It doesn't have height because we have margin 0. Height. Okay, so it's good. It's the right shape. Instead of 100 pixels, what if we actually guess the height? I think it might be, it probably is like 100 pixels, but then that's still less than 100%, you know. 100. Right, let's take this off. 90. Okay, there it is. It's 90 pixels tall, I believe. 5. Yep. 90 looks right. Because 91? Yeah, 90. It's 90 tall. So that's pretty good. And so we move it down. We're going to move it all the way across the screen. Let's... Yeah, so Yeah, all right. 310, 320, 330. I mean, I'd have to have 3 digits and then pixels if I was doing something else, but those would probably translate a little bit easier. So 300 pixels. 310, no, 300. That's right. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be able to translate that easier than percentages. I'm getting a little crazy on the percentage kind of train. Okay. Maybe it won't translate easier. 280? 290? Do I have the wrong side? Oh, I know why I'm having troubles. We gotta flip it over. It's 290 by 190. And then if we do scale -1, yep, our box shadows do line up. Let's hit our submit. Let's see if this works. Okay, maybe I do go back to percentages because those are not easy to translate. I'd have to use Q or something, and that's just gonna be messy. So what was it? 305%, 310, 24, 3, 2. And you are 200%, 210. See if that works. Has slightly different value, like appearance in the diff, so it might be just off. Still works. Okay, slightly shorter. We still have this mess. Ah, crud. Okay, at least this is an easy one. I really need to get that tool that does this for me. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let's see if Q will work. 95, 105Q, that's too much. 102, 101, 100. Let's hit submit, make sure that works. Does not work. Wow. That is drastic. 101, 100, 99. Doesn't like it. 95 picks it is. Alright, 145 we can try this, I'm guessing. 153, 152. Yeah, none of them look good, but who knows. Yep, that one's also unhappy. Alright, 145 pixels it is. I'm not messing with it. Let's get this going. No, it's still at 99.8. Oh, I was not paying close enough attention. What did I change that made it 99.8? These are direct value translations, like 40 pixels and 5ch is the same. So is that. This should be hitting 100%. No. Okay, well, that is the glory of undo. Okay. Nothing's changed. $99.8. No. I had those. Those were working. I forget the percentage again. Is it 211? Okay, we're back. That's... I don't think it was 211% before, was it? I don't know. I'll watch the video. Okay. just throw that out there. It's not an excuse. Shouldn't be an excuse. It's a pitiful excuse if it was. It works this time. Yay. I wonder... Okay, I wonder... It's not worth saving it. I'm not going to mess with the Q values again. It's okay. This is not a good solution. I have a second background. I shouldn't have a second background, I don't think. I have, you know, margin and height. Well, you gotta have 3 items. I feel like you have to have 3 items. I don't think you can get this without that. I mean, you could have 1 item actually and just do straight box shadows. Probably should have just led with that. Pure box shadow solution. That would have been fun. All right. Well, that was something. No, it was still fun. It's always fun to pull out a gradient like that. I feel like I missed a more interesting solution. Like I had it and then lost it, and yeah, that's gonna bug me. I don't know. Trying out percentages more so I don't miss them. Cool. Hope you're having a good time with this. I will catch you later.